All right, guys, it's Monday, which means that yesterday was Sunday, which means that we had a new episode of House of the Dragon. Let's talk about it. For starters, it should be plainly obvious that this is going to be a very spoiler-filled video. If you haven't watched this episode yet, you are doing things completely backwards. Go watch the episode and then come watch this video. Let's start this video out by talking about the end of the episode. I think that maybe is kind of a weird approach, but the ending really stuck out to me because that had the most noteworthy moment of the entire episode, in my opinion. I personally think it was beyond risky for Rhaenyra to meet Alicent in the city. She had very little in the way of protection. How was she planning on getting out of there? Did she really have a good plan? Who really allowed her to go through with this plan? She is the queen and she can do in the end what she wants to do, but people should have counseled her against this. Rhaenys should have counseled her against this. Did she not tell Rhaenys she was planning on doing this? This was literally walking into the hornet's nest and hoping that you can find the queen and get out without getting stung to death. Not a good idea. Why did she do this? But it was an interesting scene and it led to some interesting results. As Alicent was talking to Rhaenyra and she was telling her what her father's final words were, Rhaenyra was immediately interested by the fact that he mentioned the prince that was promised. Like, whoa, wait a minute. The prince that was promised, he told you about Aegon the Conqueror. Talk about an oopsie. That is the ultimate oopsie. This oopsie is literally causing a war. People are dying because of this oopsie. It just goes to show you that when someone is drugged and they're making their way out of this mortal life, maybe don't listen to every little thing that they're saying. There's a good chance what they're saying is just delusional ramblings of someone who is leaving the plane of existence. And that is exactly what happened here. And now as a result, shit is going down. And it turns out the ball is already rolling too much. You can't stop this war. Alicent says it's not ending. I'm sorry. I think we can all agree that Criston Cole is a douchebag, right? Nobody really likes this guy. He's a little piece of shit weasel that just keeps doing annoying little things. He's just awful, awful, awful. But he did get a nice haircut. I mean, look at this. It's a great haircut. I'm sure you guys like me were rooting for him to get burned alive by that dragon when they were on their horseback. Unfortunately, they made it into the forest safety. I was really thinking, man, how far into this forest can they really be? Do we really need all those trees? Can we just burn some of these trees? Daemon returned to Harrenhal. This place is looking like it's in a state of utter disrepair. They really need to get a new roof on this place. And I'm just wondering, what kind of roof do you put on the castle? How much is it going to cost? Does insurance cover this? These are the questions I think are super critical to this episode. He wandered around the castle, sword out, ready to kill anybody that came in his way. And he did find some people that were sitting down about to have a nice meal. They poisoned the peas, or at least he thought they might have poisoned the peas. I thought it was really cool seeing that scene. Rhaenys is really proving to be a very fascinating character. She's moved on from being the scorned woman who wants the throne. Instead, she has become the voice of reason to Rhaenyra. She's very critical. I am very much loving this character. You could almost say that she is sitting on Rhaenyra's shoulder like the good conscience, and Daemon is sitting over there like the bad conscience with the little devil horns, just trying to convince people to fight. Rhaenys is over there saying, no, don't fight. She makes a lot of good points about how soon it's going to be hard to understand where this war really began. Did it begin with your son poking out Aemon's eye? Did it begin with Aemon killing your son? Did it begin with Alicent misunderstanding things? What happened? What's going on? Rhaenys is here to ask the tough questions and be the voice of reason. Now let's jump to Aemon Targaryen, the king. Larys, the little rat that he is, convinced the king not to fly into battle on the back of his dragon. What a tragedy. I was very much looking forward to seeing a king that actually follows through on his idea of going into battle with his men. Because remember, Joffrey was talking about going into battle and being on the front lines in season 2. Of course, Cersei talked him out of it because she said this is very dangerous and you're also my little boy and I don't want you to die in battle. Larys has the same sentiment and he gets into the king's head by telling him, people are saying that you are being manipulated into leaving the throne unattended so that your mother can run things with your brother. It's a very good way. Man, this little rat is very good at sowing doubt into people's head, and now Aemon isn't gonna go risk his life. It would have been a good out. It would have been a good out. And let's talk about that brothel scene really quick, okay? He's drunk. He's hanging out with his homies. They decide they want to get a little bit of action, and he goes to the brothel. He's talking up this girl that he really thinks is just well worth every penny. Opens the curtain to find his brother Aemon laying there butt-ass naked, already occupying the girl, and he starts laughing his ass off. This scene was very interesting, very funny, and I just could feel the tension rising in Aemon because Aegon was sitting there laughing at him. Nobody Nobody wants to be laughed at when they're naked, okay? That's a very vulnerable time to be laughed at, and you can tell that he was really having to hold his composure to not turn around and punch his brother, because yes, it is his brother, but that is also the king, so you can't just haul off and punch the guy. So he does the right thing. He stands up, out, and walks out butt-ass naked. So this is yet another slower paced episode. I keep saying that because that is what's going on. I'm sorry, folks. But that is not a bad thing. I am not complaining because this is like a game of chess. And when you start playing chess, at first you're just moving pieces. It takes a bit for the actions to start taking place. And that is what's happening in this episode. Rhaenyra does not want to go to war, and she is trying everything she can to avoid it. Who wants a bunch of bloodshed and death? When you send dragons into battle, the dragons are going to rain fire, and there are going to be innocent lives lost, and she understands that. She does a Hail Mary, a desperate, stupid Hail Mary, and tries to avoid this war. It doesn't work out. The ball is already rolling. The war is coming, and I think that in the next few episodes, we are going to start seeing a lot more action. So yes, this is a more of a talky episode yet again, but I very much enjoyed it. What did you guys think of this episode? Put your thoughts on this episode in the comments and let me know. Did you like this video? If you did, please hit the like button. And if you want to hear more of my thoughts, please subscribe to this channel. Later.